Hello there, fellow anime and manga fans of fantastical fantabulousness. I left a comment a while back that asked if anyone was a fan of X 1999 by Clamp, and no one replied. I've decided that this must be remedied. It was published from 1992 to 2003, which I would consider to be an impressive and respectable run. As with most popular manga, it was also adapted into a movie and an anime. The movie is considered by most fans to be kind of bad because what it does is try to cram basically about 15 volumes of manga into an hour and a half. It didn't work. But the anime is considered to be very good. It was pretty popular and it had an ending even though the manga itself hadn't ended, so it kind of like the writers made a new ending just for the anime. As for why it went on indefinite hiatus since 2003. What happened was the Japanese government thought that the terrorist attacks and the widespread violence, explosions and whatnot that were part of X 1999 were unacceptable. Since Clamp refused to censor their work and refused to censor themselves, they ended up electing to stop writing the comic for now. It is a pretty old manga, and since it's been on hiatus for so long, it's understandable that some of the fan base has kind of died down. It used to be really, really popular back when it was being published. It was like the big thing and everyone was cosplaying it and whatnot. And now I barely see anyone cosplaying all those X 1999 characters at conventions. There are 18 collected volumes, and part of the 19th volume was released in a monthly serial form, which I actually found at a tiny comic book shop in Shanghai. So, a quick summary of the plot. The main character is this guy named Kamui. Typical Clamp by Shonen, you know how it is. And he returns home after 6 years, and he has incredible amounts of power, and he gets to choose whether to save the world and let people keep living as they are, or to basically destroy the world and cleanse everything and start the earth over again. It always sounds really silly when you say it in one sentence. So it's this really epic manga with so many characters, and they're all important. Like, you have to keep track of all of them. So on one side, you have the dragons of heaven that want to save the earth. And then on the other side, you have the dragons of earth that want to destroy the earth. Yeah, I know. Go figure. Each side has 7 members, in addition to each side having their own oracle/leader-ish person. But I think the great thing is that you can't point to one side and say that, like, they're definitely, all of them are bad, and the other side, all of them are good. I mean, some individual characters are just bad or good. I'd say you can kind of consider them that way. But the thing is, the characters on both sides are the way they are because of their experiences, and you can see that. Like, it's they want to destroy the earth or save the earth based on, their lives and like how other people have treated them. Even in the two factions, like, not all of the characters agree with each other, and like, most of them have different motivations for doing what they're doing. So trying to go through the plot of the entire comic would be basically too long to watch. So I'm just gonna give a short rundown of all of the characters. Well, most of the characters. So this is Kamui. He's thoughtful, emotional, kind. He's the typical Clamp by Shonen character. He's also really short. Here's Kotori, Kamui's main love interest and Fuma's sister. She's submissive, dependent, obedient. I don't like her. Here is Fuma, Kamui's childhood friend and Kotori's brother. Do you guys ever notice how there's this thing in anime and manga and like anime-ish video games? There's this thing where you have the protagonist and he's like really short. So then his love interest has to be even shorter, to the point where she kind of looks like a midget. And then there's this guy who's his friend and is taller than him, to the point where they can kind of be yaoi guys. As such, I'm convinced that were I to be 3 inches shorter, the number of dates I would get would skyrocket. Here is a before and after graph depicting my scientific investigations. Yes, so we know Vegeta. You can go away now. I don't really believe that. It's just wishful thinking. So let's start out with the Dragons of Heaven. Here's Sarada. He's happy and cheerful, big brother figure to Kamui. He was raised by monks, and he has electric-based powers. This is Arashi. She has the ability to conjure a sword from her hand. They're virginity-based powers, very Ice Queen-ish personality, and she is Sarada's love interest. Here's Subaru, the star of the Tokyo Babylon series, also by Clamp. Subaru's changed a lot since from the Tokyo Babylon times, and he's still haunted by his sister's death. He's a good friend of Kamui's in X. This is Mr. Aoki. He has wind-based powers. The guy's a good family man. He has a wife and a daughter, and he's older than the other people on his team. This is Karen. She has fire-based powers. She was abused by her Christian mother when she was a little girl, but she is a devout Christian herself, and she seems to work as a prostitute as a bathhouse. This is Yusahira. She's a typical Genki girl. Her power is to partner with her spirit guide dog. And now on to the Dragons of Earth. This is Yuto. He has water-based powers, and he appears to display psychopathic tendencies while being cheerful to everyone around him, even while trying to kill them. This is Satsuki. She's a lonely girl with computer-based powers. She controls a powerful computer she calls the Beast, which may have fallen in love with her. And this is Seishiro. I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but he was Subaru's love interest in Tokyo Babylon, and he is basically an evil assassin. And he claims to care nothing about Subaru, but time will tell. This is Nataku. He's a clone, and he appears to display no emotions. This is Kakio. He is a delicate dream seer who's in a coma. This is Kusanagi, and he's devastated by all of the things that mankind has done to nature. He's a friend to all living things. There are lots and lots of supporting characters, both in the two factions and like just neutral characters, lots of neutral characters. But I think I'll stop there, and you guys should definitely look up the comic series and read it because it's awesome. I would consider X 1999 or X to be definitely a trope maker. It plays a lot of tropes completely straight, and it takes them very seriously. I would consider it a forerunner of many of these tropes, and I can't prove it, but I feel like considering how early the comic book was first published, that it was probably the first in several of these. Most of them are death tropes, so I'm not going to go into it here. Don't want to spoil you guys. What do you expect with the number of characters that are in this series? One last thing, it's clearly not a slice of life kind of manga. A lot of times I would say that it really veers into melodrama, so don't say I didn't warn you, but if it sounds like the kind of thing you're going to be into, you should definitely look it up. And I'll see you guys later. If my hair looks like I just got out of the shower, it's because I did just get out of the shower.